Hold on, after Kendrick wrecked his life, is Drake actually thinking about killing himself? Sweetheart, just when we thought the Drake and Kendrick fight could get much worse, Kendrick's total humiliation of Drake has some concern that he may commit suicide. Drake is presently hiding away in Canada, and rumors have it that he is afraid to go back to America since he knows there are many people who are after him and that they won't stop until they have him permanently. After all, his house was broken into not too long ago, and he had to install double the protection he already had to deter attackers. If there's one thing we've learned from this whole battle, it's that Drake isn't nearly as tough as he's been trying to convince everyone he is for years, and Kendrick knows how to detest a guy with a passion. Even crazier is the fact that Drake kept pressuring Kendrick to respond when the latter was first hesitant to engage in this back-and-forth exchange. Drake could have easily avoided all of this by taking the J. Cole route, but he felt compelled to prove to the world how much of a gangster he was, and even had the audacity to drag Kendrick's family into it. However, let's take a quick detour to the genesis of this dispute before we get into all of that, since contrary to popular belief, it didn't just happen overnight. Over a decade has passed since the beginning of this conflict, which began in 2013 when Kendrick made fun of Drake and a number of other rappers during his verse on Big Sean's song Control. "I got love for you all, but I'm trying to kill you people," he rapped, attempting to ensure that your primary fan base is unaware of you guys. They are tired of hearing any more nouns or verbs from you people. The purpose of the music was to initiate a friendly rivalry among the popular rappers of the moment, rather than being a serious song. However, Drake didn't take it well and had the opportunity to criticize Kendrick. Platform, he remarked in his cover interview for Billboard magazine a few days after the song's release. "I suppose we can talk about it again when that day comes." After that, they continued to make crude jokes about one another in a few songs throughout the years, but nothing too outrageous. That is, until J. Cole and Drake worked together on the popular single First-Person Shooter last year. J. Cole opted to bring up Kendrick in his verse, calling him, Drake, and Kendrick the big three of rap. At this point, he was getting dirty. "Love when they argue the hardest," MC rapped. "Is it me, Aubrey, or K. Dot? I feel like Muhammad Ali right now, but we the main three, like we formed a league." Kendrick took issue with this line and responded to Cole and Drake in the same manner on his single featuring Future and Metro Boomin. In it, he raps, "F sneak dissin', first-person shooter? I hope they came with 3 switches. It's just big me, man. Mother F the big 3. Push-ups accompanied Drake's response, and for a split second, it appeared like he had the upper hand. Naturally, though, Kendrick returned shortly after and utterly ruined it with bliss. He acknowledged that he would want to see Drake die at some point and accused Drake of having a BL. After releasing another diss track, 616, Kendrick maintained the pressure on Drake by criticizing his associations with PEDOs and claiming to have insider knowledge of Drake's crew, which has given him access to all of the artist's personal information throughout the years. Now that he's released Family Matters, Drake decided not to let this go unpunished and to involve Kendrick's family in this as well. In the song, he made the accusations that Kendrick was a bad father to his children and that he frequently touched his baby mother, Whitney. He continued by criticizing Whitney for supposedly having an affair with manager Dave Free, who is Kendrick's buddy. Drake was dragged back into controversy by the song, but before he could bask in his brief moment of fame, Kendrick struck again with Meet the Grams, which came out just 37 minutes later. In addition to accusing Drake of being a PEDophile, Kendrick also told Adonis that his dad is an ish and told Drake's parents they didn't raise him well. The last straw for Drake came when Kendrick surprised us with another song, Not Like Us, before we could even absorb the last one, because it included a picture of Drake's home with many SA offenders on it. The song's cover image also caused a stir. Kendrick changed his tone from accusing Drake of hanging out with PEDOs to asserting that Drake was a PEDO. "Say, Drake, I hear you like him young," he rapped. "Keep your little sister hidden from him. Furthermore, Becca has an odd condition. Why is he here? Certified pedophiles, certified loving die. How come you are trolling? Are you not exhausted? Seems to be a minor and strikes a chord. In case you're unaware, Becca is one of the several creeps that Drake maintains in his camp. In 2014, Becca was taken into custody and accused with sexual charges related to his alleged sexual assault. Drake signed that individual to OVO as soon as he was free. Big whoop. Many people began looking for facts to see whether Drake genuinely had pedophile inclinations after Kendrick's claims that he was with the young females. And oh, how much was received? The first was a 2010 video that showed Drake caressing a 17-year-old girl improperly while she was performing, despite the girl making it plain that she was just 17. Additionally, there were many pictures of him teasing 16-year-old Kylie Jenner after being invited to play at her birthday celebration. When it was revealed that he was aggressively hooking up with model Bella Harris, who was then 18, in 2019, he was also discovered to be playing with young ladies once more. Bella and Drake reportedly became together on his Summer 16 tour. Bella was just 16 years old and Drake was 29 years old, almost 30. And do you guys recall the day before Billie turned 18, when he posted this eerie remark under her post on her pre-18th birthday? Not to be forgotten is Millie Bobby Brown, with whom Drake had improper conversations while they were both only 14 years old. When Drake took her to his gig in Australia, they became friends. Since then, he has compelled her to become his friend and has inundated her with direct messages expressing his need for their reunion and his intense emotions.
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
But Kendrick's song Not Like Us caused more harm than just this. Drake was the target of 2 separate F*King assassination attempts in the short time after it was released. The first time was when one of the F*ers beat his bodyguard after his house was *. Drake was fortunately not home when the incident occurred, so he was safe. However, a weird individual was discovered by Drake's security team attempting to break into his crib just a day later. Security was not buying it. Even though he insisted over and again that he had to meet Drake, they made an instant call to the police, and he was taken into custody. Drake didn't specifically answer this, but when he uploaded a mysterious video to his Instagram stories, fans wondered whether he was reaching his breaking point and could be thinking of ending his own life. However, none of this caused Kendrick to back down since he carried on with his Not Like Us run and further embarrassed Drake. Kendrick played the song 5 times in a row at an epic event in Los Angeles on Juneteenth, and every time he did so, people rapped along at the top of their lungs. The song really went to #1 on Billboard. Numerous celebrities, like SCA and LeBron James, who are connected to Drake, were present at the event. We assumed it was the last time he would hurt Drake, but it turns out he had one more ruse left. On July 4th, he released the whole music video for the song, and just this one video included so many subliminal messages that further damaged Drake. He and Whitney were shown in a moment together, along with the child Drake was saying wasn't his, Crip roaming around their living room and enjoying the fun of his life. Not only was this essentially a smack in the face to Drake, but it also disproved the claims that he was abusing Whitney on its own. In another clip, Kendrick was rapping the line, "Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor," when he was bouncing along a sidewalk to talk hopscotch at a playground. In this segment of the video, Kendrick essentially reiterated his accusations regarding Drake Miz's interactions with children. Not to be overlooked is the segment in the video where Kendrick places an owl in a cage with a broken wing and then leaves. And, as everyone knows, Drake uses an owl to symbolize his whole company and business. This demonstrated to Drake that he had prevailed in the dispute. He was seen crushing an owl piñata at the conclusion of the film, along with a disclaimer stating that no OV were injured in the creation of the video. Drake then attempted to retake control of the story by showing up at Mike Rubin's ultra-masculine all-white party, giving the impression that he was unconcerned. But sweetheart, this just made everything worse because he appeared older and more agitated. Ned. But sweetheart, this just made everything worse because he appeared older and more agitated. It was evident that he has been under a lot of stress because to Kendrick and that he has not been sleeping well. As usual, everyone had different opinions about this. Like this individual mentioned, Drake is done even if he isn't aware of it yet. The supporters will never regard him with the same level of respect again. He's a joke, and for a very long time, everyone will be giving him the side eye. Another mentioned that Drake was the one who really wanted Dot to follow through. He's currently facing the consequences of his actions when he dared to meddle with the bougie man. But now I'd want to hear what you think. What are your thoughts on Drake's apparent suicide hint? Do you too believe that Kendrick overreached himself? You all knew what had to be done. Please share your opinions in the space provided for comments below. Remember to click this link to view this other really clumsy video.